Hello guys, today I am going to show you how to connect to Salesforce using Choreo and retrieve some account details from Salesforce. So in here I logged in as anonymous user to Choreo, and yes, you will get a product to at first. Let me close this. So actually, anonymous account will expire on 7 days. So I'm not going to use this account. So I'm going to log in using my Gmail account and continue the demo. At the moment, Choreo is on beta stage, so there might be some limitations on the services and features available. So in here in your home page you can see services, APIs and integration which you can create. So I'm going to create a service. Let me call it as Salesforce service. Okay, in here you can see the configuration of the resource. So I'm going to have a HTTP get method and a path called accounts, say get accounts, and return type as a JSON. So I'm going to save this API. As you can see, source code is available on the right side and the design view on the left side. So if you go to API calls, so you can see the available connectors right now to connect with external systems. I'm going to select Salesforce from here. Oops, I think I accidentally clicked Azure Event Hub connector. Let me close this and connect with Salesforce. Okay. In here, actually, in the right side, you can see the uh, configuration and the documentation related to the connector. So those are available in Ballerina documentations as well. So you can, if you search on Google Ballerina docs and Salesforce connectors, you will see the exact same documentation. So you can go through that later. So in here I'm going to add some dummy configuration, so later I can show you how to add configurable parameters. I'm going to select O2 refresh token grant configuration type. All these are actually strings, so you have to include double quotes as well. So as optional parameters there are SSL configurations as well, so I'm going to save this connection. When you scroll into the design view, you can see the SFDC endpoint I have created, and in the right side you can see the configuration value I have put in there. So base URL, refresh URL and all. If you select the Salesforce endpoint, you can edit the values from here. Also you can edit the values from the right hand side source code view as well. By clicking the plus sign after the Salesforce endpoint configuration, you can add a API calls. It will show the SFDC configuration which is already there. So as you can see in the list, you can create new object, get objects by ID, um, and there are so many operations you can do with the Salesforce connector now. So even the update in record as well. So in here I'm going to select get record as query operations. So from that, so what I can do is I can input a SOQL query and get those results. On the right hand side you can see the related documentations as well. In here I'm going to write a query to get set of accounts. For the moment I'm going to retrieve name and the ID from the account object, and I'm going to limit the result set to 10 for the demonstration purpose actually. And the response variable name will be get query result response. In the design you can see the get query result I have configured. When you close the documentation and open the code panel on the right side, you can see the same configuration I have added as get query result response, which is the variable I have created. And I'm going to save this. I have to save this to edit the design unit actually. So I'm going to add a log which will show the results coming to the get query results response variable. So in here I have to put a string, so I'm going to convert get query result response, which comes as a SOQL result, to a string. Once I click the save, you can see the log I have put also appeared on the source code as well. Now by clicking on the top right corner settings, I'm going to add the configurable parameters by going to configurations and click on add. In here I can set the parameter name which I am going to add the values which required for the Salesforce auth configurations. Once you add the values here, the values will be available to all the services. Okay, I have added all the configurable parameters. Make sure those parameters have unique names. Now using the source code editor, I am going to add the configurable parameters. You have to add the same name which you have configured on the settings. Okay, now I have added all the configurable parameters. Now I need to map those parameters to the Salesforce endpoint which I have created earlier. So I am going to do that change from the source code edit as well. You can use the design view as well to do those mappings. Okay, now I'm going to save my changes and run my service. You can click on run on the left bottom side. So as you can see, it's compiling the source code and it's got shifted into the test tab on the left hand side. It will take few seconds to start the application. As you can see in the log, the application is started now. You can click on get, try it out and execute. As you can see, the result set is coming and the name and ID is there. So I am going to switch back to my developer view because I need to get the response as JSON. Now I need to add a return statement which will return the get query result response variable, which I stored the data coming from Salesforce query. Okay, now I have to stop the service and run it again. You can copy the command from here, and you can execute that command from terminal or any other API client like Postman as well. So I'm going to try it out. As you can see, the JSON response is received, and you can see the account object, name, and ID is there. Likewise, you can easily do the Salesforce integrations using Choreo. You just need to add the configurations, and you can select the operations you need. Then you can easily get the data and manipulate the data and connect with different systems as well. So let me know your thoughts. Have a good day. Thanks.